Hi everyone, I hope you've been well. This is Grace here, and if you are a new subscriber, welcome. Thank you for subscribing, and if you are an old one, of course, thank you always for continuing to watch. But anyhow, before I get into my weekly Tuesday morning haul, I wanted to share with you two fun things that happened, and hopefully you don't mind the story. If these videos run long, here's what I would suggest. Just keep the video on while you do household chores. Like, I always watch YouTube videos when I do dishes, when I am exercising on the treadmill, or when I'm just checking email. I think that's the only way I can justify watching YouTube videos. So anyhow, let me share with you two things that are quite exciting, at least they are to me. The first is that after my Tuesday morning video last week, I ended up receiving an email on Saturday. You guys know I try to, post my videos on Fridays. I received an email on Saturday from someone that I've never heard of, the name. And so I read it, and I didn't know what to think at first, because I was like, is this for real? So the reason why I was so stunned is, and tell me if any of you have received these, because, oh my gosh, this email floored me. The senior, I don't know if there's just one or whether there's multiple, but the senior craft buyer from Tuesday morning sent me an email telling me that she enjoyed watching my video and that she was glad I was able to, take advantage of the sale and all of the stuff, and that she appreciated the video. And can you guys imagine? I was like, what? And so after I kind of calmed down a little bit and I was excited, I emailed her back and I said, thank you so much for the job that you're doing, because we're loving all, well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm loving all of the Ranger products, Martha Stewart, Downton Abbey, all the craft stuff that's going on. So I was giving her just applause for all the things that she was buying for the store. And then I kind of roped you guys all in involuntarily. And I said to her in the email, if at any point you need help getting word out about something related to Tuesday morning or things like that, please don't hesitate to contact me or any of my fellow YouTube Tuesday morning people, because we would be more than happy to spread the word. I know, don't you love how I roped you guys all in? Anyway, so that was quite exciting for me, at least, to know that, because it's always a pleasure, and I'm always thankful when each of you guys certainly take the time to watch my videos and to check out what I've been able to get, so that you can kind of keep an eye out for what's out there in your stores and, listen to my stories and whatnot. But then when someone affiliated with the store that I love watches and then takes the time to actually email, I don't know, it just made me feel very special. So I'm curious to see if she went on an email, to email some other people, or whether it was just she happened to stumble across my video and did that. But anyway, isn't that cool, you guys? I was like so excited. Oh, by the way, if you hear snoring in the background, that's probably going to be Bentley, because he's seated right next to me, and the poor little fur ball, he ended up falling down the steps a little bit in our staircase, and so I know, poor little thing. So he's recuperating. I think everything's okay. It's just a slight little muscle spasm, so hopefully things are okay. But anyway, so that was exciting news one. The second piece of news I wanted to share with you before I get into the haul is this. I know that you guys, many of you get the circulars, and that many of you get the emails. And I actually received the emails, and I don't know if my email is linked to my mailing address or what, but I actually get the physical circulars as well. So anyway, wanted to share this with you. Oh, that reminds me. Today until Monday is that 25% off the clearance stuff for those of you who like shopping. the Tuesday morning clearance and there were things, you know, at your store that you were eyeing, well, they're an additional 25% off. So you may want to head on over there over the weekend. There were, when I went today, because of course I had to take Bentley out for his little weekly outing, we ended up going to the Tuesday morning, and there was some really nice furniture at my store that was on sale for more than 50% off. So anyway, check that out. Now, I hope that the resolution on this, for some reason, I think it's okay. You guys may be able to see it, but this is the front page, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but this says the Madame Alexander dolls or outfits compared at $13 to $40. My suspicion is that the Madame Alexander dolls that I usually collect are not in part of this sale, but if they are, can you imagine how awesome that would be at $4.99? Oh my gosh. And you guys know which dolls I'm talking about, right? The ones that are usually like $49.99 or $29.99. Anyway, so there's that. Now, the other stuff I think are great, but, you know, they don't tickle my fancy. But, do you guys see this? So, I was actually talking to Holly, my Tuesday morning person, today, and she was actually saying, because I was telling her, oh, you know, I'm not going to be able to make it. You know, she was telling me about the ad and the sale this week. And I told her, well, I'm not going to be able to make it Sunday, but I'm hoping that on Monday they'll still be left. I mean, it's not like Waterford pens are hot item tickets. And she said, or hot ticket items, and she said, actually they are. Because apparently the last time the Waterford pens were at Tuesday morning, for whatever reason, my store didn't get it. I call it my store, you know, the store that is closest to my school. But my store didn't get it, and so she said that there were people calling in, asking to have their name put on a list in the event that they came in, and all this stuff, and I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, we had about a good 20 people. So my suspicion is, she was saying that this is going to be, when it comes in to our store, that it's going to be placed by the Father's Day display, just because I guess it makes better sense, you know, fathers, you know, pens. Although I was telling her, you know, women like really nice pens too, not just dads, but anyway, I lucked out because a few weeks ago, I don't know if I mentioned it in any of my Tuesday morning haul videos, but I ended up finding a Kilberry Waterford pen, and I actually don't have that down here, but I love that pen. And when I looked online, they were still selling it at various retail places for at least $80 and above. And the Kilberry ballpoint pen, and it's so great because it writes nicely. I love the thickness of the barrel of the pen, and the weight is not too heavy, and it's just a joy to write with. So in my profession, most of the writing that I do, I type, but part of it is because I type a lot faster than I handwrite, but I do like using these nice pens at home for journaling purposes, because I do journal. I don't carry these in my office, nor do I carry it in my bag outside, because with me, people are always asking if they can borrow my pen, and sometimes I don't get my pens back. So the pens that I usually carry in my wallet are the ones that I don't mind, you know, losing. These, I would be a little bit sad if I lost. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know that these are coming out. So if you have people in your life who love really nice pens, my suspicion is these are just the ballpoint pens and not the fountain pens. Those would be really nice. But anyway, that they are coming, and you can tell, I mean, compare at $100 to $160. So keep an eye out for them, and hopefully there will be some left for me to find on Monday. So anyway, I want to share that with you. Oh dear, the intro is like almost 10 minutes. Alright, let me share with you a lot, and I will warn you ahead of time, there's a good chance this is going to be a two-part video like last week. So hold on, let me get my stuff. Alright, so I'm back, and I will tell you guys, I just looked at the stash, and usually when I go shopping, I don't know about you guys, but throughout the week, I think I've mentioned that it takes me about 30 minutes to go to Tuesday morning back and shop and all that stuff. So in between classes sometimes or after work I'll swing by and do my shopping and then I'm gone. So a lot of people don't like shopping with me because I'm in and out of the store in under about 10-15 minutes. Drives them nuts. Which is different because when I go to the museum, they drive me nuts because I want to stay there for hours, and most of the people I go to museums with, they just want to be done in 1 or 2 hours. But I know, it's weird. Anyway, let me share with you some items, and then I'm going to have to probably shift into a second video to show you the rest of the items. And these aren't going to be, unfortunately, in any particular order. I have a selection of stickers, a lot of paper from Downton Abbey, and for those of you who've been looking for Downton Abbey paper, I would stick around because if you haven't seen these papers, oh my goodness, my jaw literally dropped when I saw them. So anyway, let me quickly get through this one first. The Martha Stewart one, this is the punch, it's the deep edge punch, and I thought that this would be really nice. If you take a look at how nice that border is, so pick that up. Why? Because the Martha Stewart stuff is coming back. Isn't that exciting, everyone? I don't know about you, but I was excited. And then today when B and I went on our little outing, we ended up going to the Laverne store. We did take a little nice drive over, and I picked up some of the stuff that I don't think I picked up. Why? Because this particular store, this was a store that there were hardly any ink stains left, and I guess they got replenished. So I love the fact that Tuesday Morning is sending out stuff in waves. I don't know if it's intentional or unintentional, but I'm loving it because for those of us who missed the first wave, we're able to catch some stuff in the second wave, right? So anyway, this is, if you need the SKU numbers, let me know certainly, but this is Black Soot, and so I thought that was, because I don't think I have Black Soot. And then this is Mowed Lawn. And when I made the initial purchase last week of the ink stains, I was only thinking about getting one of each like shade of color, but then I realized, ooh, it's nice to use these in like various shades of a particular color. So this is Ground Espresso. I don't know if you guys can see the number. If you do need the numbers though, definitely let me know and I will tell them to you, because you guys know I don't take the stickers off until I'm ready to use it. This is Pine Needles. I think I actually have Pine Needles, so we'll see. If I do, it'll either go into the giveaway or I will just end up returning it so another happy crafter can use. And then this is Candied Apple. So there's that. And then I couldn't resist. You guys know I love penguins, and these are the Paper House 3D stickers, the autocollants. And I had originally purchased some little mini cards, just plain cards, and I thought that on that little card, just one little penguin would make such a pretty little thing. And so I actually bought these mainly for that. And I love penguins, so $1.49. The SKU here, I'll read one of them, 1813986. So just kind of FYI, you know what, I don't need all three of those there, so I'll just leave that there. And then when I went, I was a little surprised to find more Doris embossings. And so this is the Clover, and I actually don't have this one. So I thought that these would be really great to use for good luck cards or around St. Patty's Day. Because I know Scrap and Jen loves St. Patty, and so I thought that would be really nice to make a card for her. I know, I still need to send out that card, whoops. Scrap and Jen, if you're watching, I will get to it. It just takes me a while. Anyway, while I was there, I saw the Embossing Essentials, and I had been eyeing this. Remember, we talked about the Crafter's Envy? Any time one of you showed this particular embossing die, I was like, oh, that looks so pretty, especially at 99 cents. And then it was there, so needless to say, I was quite excited. Picked up another one of these, and I believe in last week's video I asked you all to give me suggestions on what to do, right? And oh dear, well, you guys can look at last week's to see the cute design, but Jeannie from Happily Ever After gave me this great idea of using these as dashboards. Laminate them, use them as dashboards in your planner or inserts in your planner. And then I took it a step further and I thought, you know what, wouldn't it be great to laminate it, certainly, but then to get the happy punch and punch it out and so I can make my own little journals, right? So that's kind of what's on the agenda for this. Now, you guys ready for the Downton Abbey? No, actually, you know what? Let me show you two more things before I show you the Downton Abbey stuff that's on my desk. And then we'll move into the next, or so I hope. It's at 15 minutes right now, right? So we'll see. Anyway, today while Bea and I were there, we found this, 7 Gypsies. And I love maps. And I love globes. You guys know that by now. And when I saw this, I thought, how pretty would this be to make? I mean, look at the paper. I love this antique. Look. Oh, and look. It's the Colosseum. Anyway, I thought, how pretty would this be to make into notebooks? And isn't this great? Like an antique map of Paris. But it's big enough that it's an 8x8, so I can fold it in half. I have one of those long arm staplers, and I can make, and this is double-sided, so it's great for just really pretty notebook making. And so I thought that this would be great and make my own insert, like notebook inserts for my traveling notebooks. So got that. Now, here's what I would suggest, and I know quite a number of us call ahead, or we call the SKU locator to find things, and honestly, you guys know I was able to find the craft spinner from Ranger last week, and there weren't any extension kits, and so I remember watching one video that actually showed the SKU, and so I jotted that down and I called, and for some reason, the Laverne stores was supposed to, whoops, sorry. My alarm went off. The Laverne store was supposed to have like 6, and I thought that's got to be a mistake because there's no way they can have 6. It's a craft spinner extension. Last time I was there, they didn't have any, and I didn't really think that they were restocking. Well, either they restocked or someone returned a lot of the stuff that they had, you know, impulse purchased. So when I called today just to see should I and Bentley make that big long trip over there, it's not really that long, but still it felt long, but should I, is it even worth it? And I called the SKU locator and there were now 2, and that's when I realized, oh, it may not be a typo after, or, you know, mistake after all. So I called today just to make sure, and Lori there, so sweet. She was saying, yeah, we have one, and she was so nice. She walked over while she was on the phone with me. She grabbed it, and she's like, you know what, I'll save it for you, and I'll put it down under your name. So I now have an extension kit, which is perfect because I actually had 3 from last week that I wanted another one so it could fit nicely, and now that I have, I think 1 or 2 of those may be repeats, but now they can fit on here, so I was quite excited. So there's that. Now, you know what, I'm gonna have to stop. So let me go ahead and pause here, and then I'll come back with the rest of the Downton Abbey stuff and some more Martha Stewart's, okay? Alright, hang loose, bye!